Hi guys, and welcome back to the Divine Witch. I'm in the spirit. Got my little elf ears on. So today I wanted to do a video on, wait for it, tarot. Now this beautiful deck, the hubby bought for me last night, and it arrived today. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more round of that. Look how pretty it is. Now, I have looked at it. Obviously, it's not in its original wrapping. But, look at that. I love that. I really do. Now, if you look on the inside here, that right there is the book. And these are the beautiful cards. So let's go ahead and dive in to this beautiful deck. Now, I know some people are going to be like, well, how does the box feel? First off, she's sturdy. She's thick. Like, if you can't tell, I mean, look at the way that's made. Like, this is like almost unboxing Goetic kind of jewelry. Like, there was time and thought put into it. Now, I will show you guys something else too. It does come with this card. I feel like it's just like an extra card to have around. So it's pretty. And then we've also got this where you can check out their Facebook page, all their information. So that was pretty neat as well. Now, the book. With mine, the book looks super small. Now, I've seen some videos out there where the book looked bigger than it actually was. Now, if there's another version of this that I'm not aware of, where the book is huge, or you can get a bigger print of the book, I do not know, so I'm going to say that right now. But like on the inside, it's got a bunch of information, such as Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. It also has the Goetia, like, it just goes on and on. Now, if you have trouble reading small print, I would suggest seeing if there's an online PDF form of this. That way you can zoom in and out and all that fun jazz. Or unless you have a microscope or bifocals or whatever it may be. But it does got a nice little layout here as well with the information. And I haven't got to look through all of it because literally I just got it and I'm still kind of, I got to read this, which I'm going to try to look for the PDF because it's a great concept with the book, but it's so small, this would irritate me. So I'm going to put that out there. So without further ado, you guys have seen some of the back artwork. This is what it looks like throughout the deck. There is no like foil or anything like this, so it's like a standardized deck. It does build nice and smooth, so it does have a gloss coating on it as well. So I'm just going to go through here and let you guys look at the cards. I'm going to try to do my best not to get a glare. Now, if you do notice, there's different symbols as well as a symbol for each demon. It'll tell you the demon and it'll also tell you what suit it is in. Now, these cards are very, very gorgeous. By the way, just to show you guys what I mean about on the side right there. See all that? And there we go. Like I said, they're very gorgeous. So, like, if you get this deck, you're most likely going to see somebody going like this just to read until they get used to the actual deck themselves. But it is very pretty. Gorgeous artwork. Like, I will be looking out for this artist again just to see if they make any more decks. I'm trying to make it to where my ring light doesn't, you know. This is the tower, by the way. The reason I remember that is because this card gave me almost like the Crow movie type of vibes when I seen it. So that one really stuck with me. And I'm looking at these two as well, just as different confirmation. I'm going to try something, so hold on one second. So we have changed, and I know you guys can see my llama shirt in the background, but I wanted to make this to where it was a little bit easier for you guys to see as best as I can. I do apologize for my shaking. It's something I can't control. It's just because I used to have seizures and stuff. So now, as far as how these will work, I'm planning to use this deck for different rituals and summoning just because the artwork I think really portrays um what it's supposed to, you know what I mean? I know you guys have seen some of my other demon decks that I got, but so far, by far, I've got to say this is the most beautiful and one that you can work with within your spell work, especially if this is the type of thing that you follow. This one I think is just gorgeous. The energy off of this card alone is just beautiful. And you'll have that. Like there were some cards where it just stopped me dead in my tracks. And I'm like, yes. Like this one. This one gave me that stop in the dead of my tracks kind of vibration. Okay. Here we go. I do apologize for how I sound today. I woke up kind of feeling rough. Not sick, but rough. Okay. I would definitely suggest anybody that works with these type of entities, this is a must have. Now, it's hard to see and I'm trying not to get glare. So like I'm trying to angle it in such a way, but to me, this card was so pretty, even in its simplicity. Let's see. Like I said, I do apologize for the glare, but with the ring light that I'm using, just so you guys can see on some of these. Now, I will let you know if you do have trouble seeing things. This is a very dark deck as far as the color schemes and things like that. So if that's an issue for you, this probably wouldn't be a good deck for you. Unless you're in some extreme lighting. And like I will also say, like this is the kind of deck that where even after you look at the cards, you're going to find things for months on end that you never noticed when you're actually reading the cards. That's just how much symbolism there is in these cards. And now if you're trying to follow Solomon as well, each of these cards would be great when you're going through certain rituals and rites. Kind of build your bond with the cards. I do apologize. That was my pug in the background doing puggy wuggy stuff. Come on, focus. I just love the symbolism and the artwork. Now, if you were going to use these cards in more of a darker setting, I don't know if you've ever seen it where like the little pieces of wood that would actually hold up a card. That would be perfect for this. And then maybe get some like tea candles, like the battery operated kind, obviously, because you don't want to have cards around flames as much as possible. Because it will mess with the coating and everything else. To like illuminate who it is that you're trying to call forth. That way you can focus on the card as in a trance work. Or maybe even some of those battery operated like little lightweight Christmas lights as well. You could wrap around the card as you're working with it. And it could be symbolic too if you did that, to illuminate them to come forward, help guide them towards you, you know what I mean? Now, would I cleanse these type of decks? No, because that's the kind of energy that in my mind I want to keep. Would I suggest putting a black coating, like a cloth over these? Yes. Because once you start using them within magical purposes, it's a gateway. And it's just like a mirror. If you use it for spell work, cover it up. Same thing would be with the cards, no matter if it's in the box or not. Now, that's my personal opinion. And the last card right here. All right. So I know some of you are probably going to be like, well, how much does this cost? So when I just asked Abby, I'm like, hey, how much you spent on this? He said he spent 26 something, which is hubby terms for you might as well round up to 27. But he also did say as soon as he bought them, they went down. So keep an eye out. You can do like a drop in price. You could check eBay. You could check Etsy as well. But if it's on Etsy, I would assume that it's more of like either a wholesale type of thing, or someone bought the deck and they didn't like it, so now they're selling it. I would stray away from Wish, most definitely. You want to get it quick. I would say Amazon. But here is it again. And I've never shuffled this deck yet. So, ooh, okay. So, normally when I try to shuffle, I'll try to show you how I shuffle. This is a deck I've had for a while. So normally when I try to shuffle, I shuffle like this. If you're a shuffler like that, you're going to have to break these cards in. Because these are real sturdy. Here, I'll see if I can show you guys what exactly I'm talking about when I say you're going to have to work with it a little bit. Come on, focus in. So this is me literally trying to put it in. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even shuffle it back. So I would suggest not shuffling like that with this deck as soon as you get it. I would advise doing this. I've got cards popping out because it is very slick. So if you're also like me and you're one of those people that are like, oh, it popped out, I'm going to read it. Don't do that with these. They're so slick. You're going to get a bunch of cards popping out and it may not necessarily not be in that read. So hopefully that helps you as far as like my tips with this. Now, do I think it's worth it? If you're working with these type of energies, yes. If you're not, then probably not. It'll be more of a novelty for you than it is going to actually be anything else. Now, like I always say with, tarot or any of these, that you get, be sure to save your box. Try to keep it in as good a condition because sometimes these go out of print or for some reason they're in high demand, but they stopped making them. And believe it or not, people will look out for these. Now, I do have an angel deck that this happened with. I'm pretty sure you've seen these before on my live. I don't have the box with them anymore, but if you buy these online, good luck finding them for under $120. For some reason, this angel deck just went up in price. So that would be my suggestion. Try to keep your box as good as you can. Try to keep your cards as good as you can. Now, if you're going to use them all the time and you don't plan to ever sell them, then you don't have to worry about that. But how is it? Is it getting them back into the thing? Sorry. Some reason I'm hiccuping. So, as you can tell, let me see if I can get up in there. You got a little bit of space left. See what I told you. And then you can just pop that right back on. Once again, here's the beautiful little symbols on the deck. Glorious. Now let's see, does it actually tell? This deck was made by Fabio Lestrania. Hopefully I said their name right. I'm going to assume that they did the illustration with it as well. Here's the back information, or the bottom information, I should say, just in case. If you're looking for their website, you can find them, and I'll go ahead and I'll link this down below to their information as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and till next time.